Joining me now is William Lee, Chief Economist at the Milken Institute and the former Managing Director of Citigroup. Good to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
So, it appears the US and China have reached this framework deal that would allow TikTok to continue operating here in the US. Just before Wednesday's deadline, it comes. So, what do you think that means? And what do you think that framework might be?
Well, as much as both sides are touting the achievements of the Madrid deal, I'm a little disappointed because it really doesn't further the main strategic objective of the United States, which is in trade to preserve its technological leadership with China. So far, it has been on the cutting. The U.S. has established the standards that are the cutting edge of every technological innovation that's happened. But right now, China is challenging us in the area of artificial intelligence and a lot of the high-tech areas. And so far out of Madrid, we hear, well, we have a deal for TikTok. And while I don't want to underestimate the importance of TikTok for a good chunk of the American population, including President Trump, it doesn't do much in furthering the U.S. position in establishing a leadership position in technology. And also we have some increased flows of strategic minerals, which is a good thing, and possibly a meeting between the two leaders, which is optically great, but again, strategically, I think less important. So I think so far, I don't see much progress in the Madrid deals that further the U.S. position, whereas it does further China's position of containing and challenging U.S. leadership in AI.
But President Trump has very much supported TikTok, hasn't he? I mean, in the initial stages, he wasn't a great supporter, but he feels that users of TikTok helped him get re-elected. So is this part of it, though, that you give a little bit to get something in this whole effort to seal a deal?
Well, as far as the Chinese are concerned, they're giving a little bit, which is partial ownership and some mysterious arrangement with TikTok, and yet the algorithm that powers TikTok and makes it so important and so incredibly addictive is still under their control, as far as I understand. So in terms of the ebb and flow of negotiations, and again, the Chinese are very famous for stretching out negotiations and taking a long time to move even a small step. All the steps that are being moved are the U.S. moving backwards, as far as I see.
Right. So we know, of course, that President Trump and China's President Xi Jinping are set to close this TikTok deal in a call on Friday, which could pave the way for this face-to-face meeting in Asia next month. So what might this signal, big picture, about where trade talks between the two countries stand right now as they continue in Madrid?
I think President Trump, being the negotiator that he is, his next step is to get China to open up its markets for U.S. goods and services. And the sharp point of the spear right now is being headed by Jensen Huang and his attempt to try to reestablish the sale of NVIDIA chips, the advanced AI chips, into China. I think that would be a sign of progress for the United States and a sign the U.S. is trying to achieve its leadership this area. And unless we see progress in that area, and by the way, China is throwing up even more roadblocks that are preventing us from doing just that. They're saying that, NVIDIA is violating monopoly laws. It's not being fair in how it sells its chips, and all sorts of regulatory hurdles that are new roadblocks in the U.S. Attempt to try to, again, establish its ability to set the standards for artificial intelligence research and artificial intelligence standards in China.
We'll be watching to see where all of this goes. William Lee, thank you so much for talking with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Much more ahead on our break.